kids, I'm Angelo. Today we are going to talk to you about sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes originated in the tropical regions of Central and South America. Christopher Columbus discovered the sweet potato growing when he discovered the Americas. The sweet potatoes were then taken back with them to Spain in 1500. Sweet potatoes like a hot, moist climate to grow well. Sweet potatoes have been grown in this country since 1648, where they were first planted in Virginia. Did you know that sweet potatoes were on the very first Thanksgiving table? The colonists liked the sweet potatoes not only because they tasted great, but they could store them for a long time with no refrigeration. Okay, now that we've told you where sweet potatoes come from, we are going to give you a little more information about this healthy vegetable. Did you know that sweet potatoes are called a root vegetable and they are from the same family as the potato? The part of the sweet potato that we eat grows under the ground. After we dig it up and wash it off course, many people call sweet potatoes yams. But yams and sweet potatoes are different foods. Yams are usually grown in Africa and Asia and are not usually found in an American grocery store. Okay, here's a joke. Do you know what you get when you mix a jazz musician with a yam? A yam session. Ha ha ha. Have you ever heard of George Washington Carver? He was an African American who developed a method of crop rotation to allow farmers to earn more money. He taught farmers to rotate cotton fields with soil, improving crops like sweet potatoes and peanuts. This allowed farmers to replant on the same land over and over again. He also created new uses for sweet potatoes, including ink, starch, rubber, vinegar, glue, and over 500 shades of dye. Okay, now that we've given you a ton of information about this vegetable, it's time to find out how nutritious sweet potatoes really are. Sweet potatoes are very good for you. They are a great source of vitamins A and C. They're full of potassium but still very low in sodium. To get the same amount of vitamin A that is in one sweet potato, you would have to eat 23 cups of broccoli. So give sweet potatoes a try. I'll bet once you do, you'll be back for more. Now let's head over to the 100 Task Force farm in Franklin, Wisconsin to see how to prepare these vegetables.
We prepare the sweet potato, we must wash it off with cold water. And now it's ready. So now that the sweet potato is cleaned and ready to go, Amanda from the 100 Task Force Farm is here to show us what we can do with it.
And I love sweet potatoes because there's so many ways that you can use them. So the sweet potato actually comes from, it's called a tuber. So it's not only the root of the plant, but it's actually something that grows off of the root of the plant under the soil that stores the energy for the plant during the winter time when it's really cold outside. So it's gonna give us a lot of energy too. So the way we're going to prepare it today is we are going to peel the skin off of it. You can keep the skin on it if you make some sweet potato fries or if you want to make a baked sweet potato. But we are going to peel it today, and then we're going to cut it into kind of yam sticks that you could turn into sweet potato fries or just eat the yam sticks.
So is it safe to eat sweet potatoes raw, or do you have to cook them?
You can actually eat them raw. So I actually served that for an appetizer at one of my parties the other day. And my guests really liked it. It tastes kind of like carrot a little bit when you eat the yam sticks raw. One thing is just you don't want to eat wild raw yams or sweet potatoes. So if you find them in the wild, don't eat them raw because they might be toxic. But other than that, the ones you buy from the grocery store, you should be good to go if you eat them raw.
All right.
Good question. They have a nice crunch to them. So how we're going to peel them is we're actually going to peel away from our bodies. Again, we're going to make sure that we keep our fingers a little ways away from the peeler because the peeler is as sharp as a knife. So we're going to basically just peel this like we would peel a normal potato and peel the skin right off of it.
All right.
You want to try the rest of it?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll just turn it around and you can just peel the other side.
All right.
And I love that on the inside it has this beautiful orange coloring. That orange color is showing that there's a lot of beta carotene or vitamin A in sweet potatoes. So guess what vitamin A does for you?
I don't know. Could you explain it to me?
Sure. So vitamin A actually helps your night vision. So if you want to see better at night, it helps your night vision. It also helps your hair and your skin look nicer. So that's an awesome part of it too. So vitamin A does a lot of awesome stuff for us. Hey, looks pretty good. Awesome. All right, so we're going to cut it into a shape of something we could use for yam sticks if we ate them raw, or we can make them into sweet potato fries, kind of like French fries, but a nice kind of sweet potato. And the way we would cook this is we'd bake it in the oven instead of frying it, so it's going to be a lot healthier for us than deep fried French fries.
Yeah.
So the way we're going to cut these into sticks is we're actually going to kind of cut the ends off of the sweet potato to make it in kind of a square shape. And then this side. After this, we are going to cut the ends off. And again, when we cut, we want to make sure we cut down with a rocking motion. And down, and keep our fingers far away from the knife itself. And make sure you have the supervision of parents or have your parents just do it for you too.
All right.
All right, now we're ready to cut it into the sticks. Now this is why I like using a chef's knife for this, so make sure your parents do this part of it. And we're gonna actually cut down and cut it into the fries themselves. So I'm gonna just cut this down. And then we're able to cut it into smaller strips, just like this. Now you can make them whatever size you'd like to. You can make them big, thick ones. You're gonna have to cook them a little bit longer in the oven, or you can make them a little bit thinner so that you can cook them a little bit quicker. So it depends on what you like, if you like steak fries or if you like just the small fries. You wanna take a crack at it?
I guess.
All right, here you go. Whenever I pass the knife, I always like to set it down on the cutting board so the next person can pick it up.
All right. Ooh, this is a lot tougher than I saw.
Yep. Careful. There you go. Nice. Keep your fingers curled in, away from it. There you go. Awesome.
And I just cut like this part?
Yep. And you can cut it in half the short way if that would be a little bit easier too.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Yep. You didn't have so far to cut through. That's the good thing about cutting. You can always change it up to make it a little bit easier for yourself and see what you find easiest for you.
Whew.
Awesome.
All right. Whew. That's pretty tough right there.
Awesome. Yes, but you did it. Awesome. No blood. That's great.
All
awesome.
here still.
Good. Any other questions about sweet potatoes?
Not really.
Okay. Awesome. Good job.
So now this is all prepared and ready. We can actually eat these, right?
We can. We can eat them raw.
So, hey guys, come try it with us.
So can't stand the heat. Get out of my kitchen.
So if you wanted to make this a little more flavorful, you could dip it in some hummus or maybe some light ranch dip. Make it a little more flavor. What do you think?
That's pretty good.
You like it?